Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy FC here, and today we're gonna be talking about NJ Transit's Geep Heritage Units and the history between them. Um, when the first unit was made in 2019 as part of NJ Transit's 40th anniversary. Let me get those up right now. Okay, as you can see right here, this is NJ Transit's first ever heritage Jeep, the CNJ 4109. It's a very long standard NJ Transit unit over here. It's been in the service ever since it was made as CNJ 3677 way back in the 70s, and this thing transferred to NJ Transit as NJT 4106. But however, it was renumbered to 4109, and apparently they made another unit with the same 4109, 4106. Sorry, and this unit here is the first ever Jeep unit to run on the system. This train used to have an RS3L at one point, but then it was reported that it got stolen by some worker, and then this thing had to be replaced by a wheezy another horn. But then, sometime in January of 2025, that horn got replaced by a strong K5LA, probably the same one it had before it had the RS3L. And this guy has a bronze belt too, which is a plus. It's painted in a nice blue and yellow livery here, with the CNJ font and the number boards replicate the old ones I had on the CNJ unit here. Now let's get to the next unit, shall we? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Trying to find a good photo here. Ah! Here we go. Okay, as you can see, this is the second heritage unit painted in a Jeep form. This is the NJ Dot Bluebird 4101. It was also as an NJ Dot. It was also way back in the 70s. This was also in its old CNJ livery. No, it was an old NJ Dot livery. It had no ditch lights on him. It only had the top lights, and that's it. Then, sometime between 1981 and 1983, this thing was sold to NJ Transit, and it was repainted into NJ Transit colors, and it ran like this for about 42 to 40 few more years. Then it went from 41 to 39 more years, and then apparently this thing was reportedly to become repainted into this new it's modern NJ Dot scheme than the one that had in the 80s. It looks brand new compared to the old one it had, and has a very nice bronze bell added to it, which I like. This thing also had a SU3L horn, but apparently that was also reported to be stolen, and this thing also had to be replaced, unfortunately. But this is still a nice paint scheme, not gonna lie. It has the dark blue, the white line with the red outer lines, and number boards also changed to this, and the numbering is also very decent. But I mean, yeah, this is what I like about the unit. I like this livery. Now let's go to the next unit, shall we? Alright, right here is the Erie 4210. It was reported to be painted sometime between August and December of 2023, and then it ran its first journey on like one of those on the Santa train in 2023. Um, it was a nice touch for the Santa train, the 4210. But I didn't see it, however. But I saw YouTube videos of the Santa train with the 4210 and 4101, and that was a great touch up to it. But I mean, yeah, the one thing I like about this train is I like the yellow livery on this. The yellow looks so fire on this unit. Like this is what I like about it. It's very sick. I'm not gonna tell you. Like, um, but when it's not in light, it looks black. But this looks more of like a dark navy blue color over there. But when it's not in the sunlight, it looks black. I mean, I like to see that and all, but they kept the original horn on here. They didn't change it or whatever, sadly. But this was reportedly painted in 2023, and these diesels over here, these dinosaurs still running. Um, this thing used to run on the X. This thing used to run on the Conrail as 3182, but then around 2003 to 2005, it was sold to NJ Transit. No, no. I think between 1993 and 1996, this thing was sold to NJ Transit, and then it was reported to be running around there ever since. Like this thing was like so good back then. Like it was one of those old units. Like kind of like this and all. Now, time to move on to my which is what is my favorite Era Heritage unit on the roster. Hold on. Okay, as you can see, this is the fourth Heritage unit on the roster. This is 4208, my favorite Heritage unit. And you wanna know why? Not only it has the blue cover livery throwback from like the 80s and 90s, but it also has a what's it called? It also has a very what's it called? I forgot the word. Shit, I forgot the word. But I mean, like, oh, I know the word. It has a very authentic RS3L from the Conrail days. Like when you hear it go by at 70 miles an hour, it sounds very awesome. This thing was reported. This thing used to run on the Conrail too as 3191. But then in like 1993 to 1996, this was sold to NJ Transit as also 4208. One of the in its NJ Transit scheme. But this is one of the later units to be painted in a heritage fleet. But this is my favorite unit so far. Um, I kind of like the delivery and all the Conrail, like a little throwback. It just really brightens up like over here. And they also kept the original. They also redesigned the number board to look like the old NJ Transit number boards when they had it back in the day. But however, it's black instead of white, which is what I like about this. I remember hearing this thing run on its first revenue service as a double header with this thing leading, and behind Metro North GP 40PH-2 number 4906, the lone GP 40PH-2 on the roster, which is what I like about 4906. that's my favorite. That's my favorite. What's it called? It's my favorite Metro North engine on the roster. 4903 though has the best bell. Not gonna lie with you. And my favorite F40PH-3C Horde has to be 4909. It's very strong. Either that or 4907. Those are my two favorite units on the Geep F40PH-3Cs. And now let's get to the last Heritage unit on the roster, the most recently painted Heritage unit. That's blurry. I can't find this. Good. Hold on. I think this will have to do. Alright. And as you can see, this is the last of 5 GP 40PH-2s or 2Bs Heritage units on the NJ Trans roster, the 4202. This is the most recently painted Heritage unit, being repainted in August or September 2025 into the Pennsylvania Reading Seashore Lines Heritage unit. And they redesigned the number boards and the numbering. The livery here looks like some form of grayish, dark grayish color with light yellow lettering and numbering. And this thing, not gonna lie with you, this delivery actually kind of slaps. I kind of like this unit. It kind of slaps to me, but nothing beats the 4101. But the 4208 is my favorite because of the RS3L. I wonder if this thing has another horn to it as well. But I mean, you never know what could be that. Like, who knows? This is gonna be very awesome if they have a good horn like this. But lol. At the that is so awesome, y'all. If I'm gonna rate them from 5 to 1, only because this is the newest unit, I'm gonna say this is fifth. The number 4 would be the 4101. No, number 5 is the 4202, in my opinion. Number 4 is the 4210. Number 3 is the 4101 because of its lousy horn. Number 2 is 4109 because of its strong K5LA. And number 1 is obviously the 4208. Like, come on! You cannot beat the RS30. And those are my rankings of the 5 GB40PH Heritage units on the NJ Trans roster from 5 to 1. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my reviews of the and talking about these 5 Heritage units of the Jeeps. And I'll be glad to get the 4202 one of these days. Like, it's gonna be so awesome when I get this on camera. Anyways, I'll be talking about the Metro North units next. I'll see you guys in the next one. Over and out.